So first of all, congratulations on Shaman. It is such a frightening watch. It's so good. It really surprised me. I wasn't exactly sure what to expect from it, but it is quite the watch. Why was this a project you wanted to have made?
Well, thank you so much. It's such a pleasure to be here. To be honest, I had been doing a lot of TV. I direct a lot on TV and was starting to feel like I wanted to go back to my roots. I had grown up in Ecuador. I'm from Colombia, but lived in Ecuador, and all of my kind of adolescent years were in Ecuador. And so I had this hunger to go back to my roots, go back to my love of horror and go and do something that was a little more raw, a little more dark and messed up, and also a little more personal. And that's how Shaman was born.
Personal. How is this a personal story for you?
Well, it's a great question. I mean, my brother Daniel wrote the script, and I also got to do it with my wife Luisa, who was a producer. So for me, it was very personal to kind of do a film, not with a studio, do it under the radar, and do it with the people I love. And it was also personal in the sense that I grew up in Ecuador and I knew a lot of missionaries and had this kind of conflicted feeling because I
Mhm.
knew people that were clearly great people, but at the same time, I could see some of the damage they were causing in the culture, unbeknownst to what they were doing. And so Shaman explores that a little bit, explores the danger of certainty and the danger of when you try to impose your religion on someone else.
Mhm. I think anytime you add religion into a horror movie, it changes it a little and it makes it a lot more universal for people to understand. As a Hispanic, I grew up extremely religious, so it's really frightening when I see a horror movie really use the religious aspect in a different way. Uh, why was it that you wanted to put this imposition of a new religion into a culture? Why was that important to put into this movie?
Well, I think personally to me, I wanted to say it's important to know that anyone can believe what they want and faith can be beautiful and everyone has the freedom to believe what they want. But again, the danger comes when you try to impose on someone else or when you're sure that you have the answers to everything. So this film is a bit about that, about a family that thinks they know the answers to the universe, but encounter something that is older than their religion and beyond their own knowledge and faith.
This movie is very unique. So, the way it's filmed is so incredibly well done. The pacing is very good. The shot selection is amazing, especially with such a beautiful atmosphere. How do you begin to structure a movie like this in order to make sure that you're capturing, what you want the movie to say?
Well, thank you so much. I mean, it started with very clear kind of shot lists and plans and using the script as a map to what to do. But then it took a life of its own when I actually went to Chimborazo and drove around the volcano and found this village. And at that point, the village and the volcano started to inform the film. So we started to incorporate the waterfall that we found into, the script and the canyon that they're in. And, we built this church, but behind it is the natural church of Chimborazo, of this active volcano. So it really became a film about embracing what was around us. And then with my DP, Daniel Andrade, who did a phenomenal job, it was about capturing what's there and just kind of letting the story unfold and embracing the wind, the cold, the altitude, and letting that seep into the fabric of the film.
How much does the film evolve when you start going out there to the actual locations and seeing how incredibly beautiful it is? Yet it's still very frightening. It's a natural kind of feel that brings that creepiness to this. So how much does the script change in order to make sure that you capture all this as well?
It's definitely changed in the sense that we were open to whatever came our way because the volcano itself is notoriously covered by cloud. And we got very lucky that when we were there, in the time we were at the base of the volcano for 2 weeks, it was entirely exposed, which is very, very rare. Even the local indigenous community that collaborated on this film was blown away by the fact that we could see so much of it. So many times we had a scene that was planned and we had a plan to execute it, but we would suddenly go, wow, look at that. Let's just move the scene this way and capture the volcano looming behind it all, or capture the mouth of the cave, or
Mhm.
the wind in the leaves, So we had to stay flexible.
That's incredible. So the indigenous community of Ecuador participated in this. Why did that happen?
Well, we had to ask permission, right? No one has ever shot in that village where we shot, and no one has ever really shot at the base of the Chimborazo in the way that we did. So we had to ask permission of more than 80 families of the indigenous community of Chimborazo. And they not only allowed us to film on their land, but they also participated behind and in front of the camera. So we had, a lot of people from the community actually act in the film as well.
That's awesome. Doing something like that, does that cause an obstacle for you as a filmmaker?
Well, it's a new challenge. I would say it's an obstacle in the sense that, yes, some people had never even
Mhm.
stood in front of a camera. So there was a little bit of kind of getting them comfortable to do that. But on the other hand, there's a beauty to it. When an actor is a non-actor and isn't trying too hard, sometimes the performance can be even more beautiful and
Mhm.
naturalistic. And that was really interesting to experience.
That's awesome. Now that you've seen the film several times over, does it still hold up every single time you watch it?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think, there's always things that as a filmmaker you see and you're like, I wish I had a bit more time here, or I wish I could have done that. But overall, I'm very, very proud of the film. I'm proud that we even survived the experience. We were at 12,000 feet, crazy wind, crazy environment, and yet we did something really special and hopefully something really unique that hasn't been done in the horror genre. I feel that I love and we all love exorcism and possession movies, but I've never seen one with an Andean point of view, and that's what we tried to do.
Definitely is extremely unique. Congratulations on this film. It's such a fantastic watch. It's such a surprise. That ending is such a twist. Is there any hopes to have a sequel maybe? Because you do leave this open for a bigger franchise.
Thank you. I would love to. I would love to go back into that world. I feel there's still a lot of great stories that can be told in that world. And yeah, with the support of the audience, guys, come out, come support the film, and hopefully we can make another one.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. It's such an incredible film, and thank you so much for your time.
Thank you so much. The film comes out August 8th in select theaters and on digital platforms. Please come support it. Thank you for your time. Really appreciate it.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.